Hopefully you can't hear the air conditioner. It is literally right above you. So hopefully my voice is louder than the air conditioner and you can hear me. But anyway, hello everybody. How are you? I have returned today to tell you about my final update on CPAP machine, or APAP. A lot has happened in the past couple of weeks or so, like month or so, and I feel bad every single day when I don't record a video. I do want to talk about like my final thoughts on the CPAP machine that I had for 3 months. But first, I want to tell you about what's been going on with me. My biggest qualm about YouTube in general right now, and there's nothing that can, I wish this wasn't a thing, but apparently if you have 10,000 subscribers or more, you can use the community tab, or it shows up on your channel, or you can request it or something. And I really wish I had that for my channel, because I don't have a large amount of people who follow me on YouTube. I mean, my biggest following is here on YouTube. Like, there's 555 of you at the very moment, which is great. Hey! However, if you have less than 10,000 subscribers, you don't get to use the community tab, which is where I'd love to like do little posts and stuff. And I don't do it on my Instagram. I do post a lot of like my daily life and stuff on like the Instagram story. I love using it. However, I would rather just post that kind of stuff to YouTube. And I don't want to just fill up my whole channel with like random update videos and such. So anyway, that's just me complaining. However, one other thing is, if we get my channel to 1,000 subscribers, I can monetize these videos again. So if you have not subscribed and you do like watching my videos, please subscribe. It would help me out a whole lot. And I would just like to do that eventually, because I did have my videos monetized before the YouTube things changed back in February. I've tried to film this video. I'm gonna keep rambling for a little bit. I've tried to film this video 3 times. This is the 3rd time. Hopefully it works. Because the first time I tried filming it on my phone and I wasn't in the mood and it wasn't good, so I stopped filming it. The second time I tried filming it, I filmed the entire thing, and then the video footage got lost on my camera, like on the memory card, and it was corrupted. I knew this day would come. Though I knew it would come. My file was corrupted. And I put minimal effort into this video. Minimal. I wasn't actually that upset. It was kind of like so badly done. Like, I put so little effort into this video, so probably shouldn't have been seen by thousands of people, or eventually maybe thousands of people. It was so poorly done that I wasn't all that upset that the file was corrupted, but I would have had a video last week if it had not been corrupted. And then I was going to film this video on, I think, Wednesday night, but then my dog got real sick and I had to take him to the vet right during that night, to the emergency vet in Ottawa here, and that was pretty scary. We almost had to put him down. Big old fluffy Den, or Denver. So that was pretty sad. We didn't put him down. He's still alive. And here he is, out in the wild again, right by the 417. Come on, let's go to the car. Some kid in there, oh, we're going rogue. Some kid in there was like, "Mom, he looks like a wolf." Kinda does. Also, he said then after, I had to go to the bathroom with him, and then he was like, oh, we're going on this side. He was like, "The dog has a broken leg," because of the blue thing on his leg. Come on. But that was not fun. So those are some updates and precursors to this video. However, I do want to talk about my experience and overall thoughts on using the CPAP machine and all the masks and stuff, if I can remember it. So I had to give it back on July 7th, and that's how long I've been trying to make this video. Basically, I was given 2 months, like they extended it the 2nd month. The 3rd month I requested. Oh yeah, back a couple videos ago, I think, I was telling everybody that I was getting a new bed and a new bed frame. I got the bed 2 weeks ago, or no, just before July 1st, just before Canada Day weekend. So I got this like on June 29th or something. And then 2 weeks later, they delivered the bed frame, which was just like a week ago. That took frickin', was it 6 weeks? I bought this whole kit and caboodle on June 3rd. So it took like 6 weeks for them to get it delivered. It was just so annoying. But what happened was when I went to this mattress store in Canada, where there's a little mattress store and a hole in the wall, but it was really nice and the guy was really nice and genuine and stuff. He told me that the delivery time, approximately because I lived outside of their delivery zone, was going to be approximately 1 to 2 weeks. So I was like, all right, that's fine. I didn't obviously expect to get it today. What I ended up getting was a movable bed, or sounds like it's a car. I ended up getting one of these Serta, like, adjustable bed frames. And so, you want to see it now? Can you see it? There's not just someone in my bed. I'm just pushing a button. Okay, that's a little creepy. That's really high. I've got like 7 pillows in here. I don't really like pillows that much, but people keep giving them to me. So I bought a really, really cool bed frame. I've honestly never had a new bed. I think I explained this before. My bed was on cinder blocks before this. Like, I had a hand-me-down bed frame and a double size. This is a queen, which is so awesome. There's so much room for like my tall body. It's a queen size bed. I had a double and it was dying and I couldn't sleep at night. Still struggling to sleep. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Anyway, so I got this because I thought that it would help with my sleep apnea and possibly bedwetting. There are benefits to being elevated a little bit, like having your feet. This also does the feet too, so it does, can you see the buttons there? Head, feet, zero gravity, which is like your feet are a little higher than your head. It's just a preset mode, and then flat. So I bought it because I was like, yep, it's an investment. I will find this will be really comfy. I will use it for like reading, well, not really reading, but editing videos, and just generally this will be an amazing purchase. I was so happy with it. I was so excited for it. Every single Friday, because they only delivered on Fridays out to where, like, out of their zone, like to where I live. And every single Friday I was like, okay, is it coming? Is it coming? And then coming, and I kept calling the guy. And I'm a really, really patient person. I didn't used to be. I have built up a tolerance to people and become a very patient person because I want to be treated, though I will treat you the way I want to be treated. Like, I respect you no matter who you are. Like, I'm not going to be rude to you up front unless you're rude to me. Like, so I never once got mad at him. I was disappointed. Like, I told him straight up how many times. I was just like, okay, well, is it going to come this week? And he's like, 99% positive no. And he kept saying that for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I was like, at this point, I really just want a mattress. I don't have a box spring for it. I'd like it if you provided me one and you could take it back when you deliver the actual frame. And he thought that was a good idea, and he made it happen, and he threw in 2 free pillows, and they're not the greatest. Like, they're really, really poofy. I don't know how to explain it, but like they when you put your head on them, they like deflate, and then when you take your head off, they reinflate. So like your head's like in this, it's just like weirdest thing I've ever had. So I hate them. I don't use them, but they're kind of comfy for like lying against. However, so they delivered the frame that I borrowed from them for free. They obviously, it had been 5 weeks at this point. And I got that, they delivered it, they installed it, whatever, or no, it was 4 weeks at this point. And I was like, thank you so much, like, I really appreciate that. He kept on giving me this reason that I don't know how true it was, but apparently 10 different people bought this Serta bed frame, and I was just kind of like the queen size, and he's like, everyone like first come first serve, like we're waiting, I don't know how long it's gonna take, like I'm talking to my buyer and stuff like that. I was just like, all right. Like, every time I called him or he called me, I'd just sit there on the phone just waiting for a chance to speak, because he kept on giving me, like, I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just saying, like, he kept talking. I'm just like, can I just finish? I just want to know what's going on. You don't have to give me a whole book at each time. But then he kept saying it was going to be another week. He doesn't know. He'll find out. Like, I think he was genuinely trying to help. It just kind of seemed a little weird. And the fact that it took 6 weeks to get it, I don't think it would have taken, no, probably would have. Like, every time they had one, or every time I asked about it, they didn't have it in stock, and it was coming from Montreal, and then had to get shipped to Kingston or Ottawa or something like that. Anyway, I finally have it. I honestly was not even looking forward to it at this point, because I was just like, I don't even remember what it felt like to like lie down, but like sit on it at all. The bed is great. It's the most comfiest thing I've ever been on. I'm so glad with the purchase of the bed, but the frame, I was just like, at this point I don't even care. So I got the frame, and then I had to go away for 3 nights. I went to my best friend's house where she cut my hair, and yeah, and then by the time I came home, I was just like, I don't even know if I want it anymore. Like, I kind of just want to return it and make them take it back. But no, it's great. Like, I'm getting used to it. I haven't slept with it, like, inclined at all yet. Apparently, I am a very finicky sleeper. I'm finding this out more and more, because the whole thing with the CPAP masks and stuff, I kept telling you guys, I could never fall asleep with one on, and now I can't even fall asleep with it just, like, inclined a little bit. I probably can. There's something going on. Maybe I'm just not getting enough sleep at the right time of day, or I'm not waking up. Like, I'm having the worst sleep schedule recently. Like, I'll go to sleep, try and get in bed by like midnight, and it'll be like 3 o'clock in the morning still. I'm not one of those people who just like sits on their phones or watches TV when I can't sleep. Like, I'm sitting there with my eyes closed in the dark, waiting to fall asleep. And I haven't had it this bad in like for a really long time. So I've been really tired, and I've been kind of confused because I don't, like, this new bed is really comfy. I thought the old bed was what was keeping me awake all the time, but now I don't know what's going on. I just can't fall asleep, and sometimes I only get like 5 hours of sleep. Still sounds like a lot to some people, but for me that's like not enough at all. Sometimes I feel like it's less than that, but even if I fall asleep at 4 a.m., I wake up at noon, and I don't want, like, on my days off, and I don't want to do that. Like, that's stupid. But it means at least I got a full night's sleep, but I still feel really crappy, and I don't want to go to bed again until like really late. And I hate waking up. Anyways, I'm ranting at this point. All I'm trying to say is my thoughts and experiences on CPAP. This was kind of related because with having yourself elevated with your throat. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about, some people are confused why I was doing it in the first place. So let me tell you, because I have to look that up for a second. The real reason why I didn't explain it was because I thought if you looked it up yourself, you might find more accurate information from what I could describe to you. But the gist of it is, if you suffer from bedwetting and you have sleep apnea, if you cure the sleep apnea, it might cure the bedwetting, so by wearing a CPAP machine or mask or whatever, that's, making sure that you breathe. The breathing is what's kind of causing you to go into like this fight or flight mode, which can then in turn increase urine production, like in an astronomical amount or something, which isn't just the only thing. It also like has to do with blood flow and stuff like that. So when you stop breathing for just a few moments or longer than you're supposed to, even just for that small amount of time, your body goes into like hypertension or hyperdrive mode, and urine is one of those increased buildups that your body just builds up too much urine. For some people who have sleep apnea and bladder related issues, they wake up many times throughout the night and go pee. I do not know why. So like, even with just overactive bladder in general, that's also a thing, is nocturia, because nocturia is that thing where you don't wet the bed. That's that's nocturnal enuresis. That's what bedwetting is. But nocturia is when you wake up 1 or 2 times throughout the night, and that's considerable because you're not supposed to, and that's because of overactive bladder. I don't know why I don't wake up. I think that overactive bladder is all the time. I just don't know why I just don't wake up from it. I'd rather wake up from it, and then, because like, I don't have a problem once I'm asleep. Like, I've been sleeping for a while, I can get up and go to the bathroom and fall back asleep no problem. Not in the washroom or anything, but I can fall back asleep no problem. So I don't know why I sleep through it. So anyways, if you watched any of the other videos I made about the CPAP or APAP machine, I basically explained how I could never keep the mask on. I didn't find any results from it being good other than I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't fall asleep and stay asleep with it on. And if I did fall asleep with it on, I'd wake up with it in my hand because I would take it off my face, or it would be like detached and on the ground. Like, it was not for me. However, 18 minutes into this video, I do believe it works. So I don't know if it worked well for me, though. I do believe it works just because of a couple experiences where I felt that when I did wake up, I remember there being nothing, like it wasn't wet. Like, this happened a couple times throughout the process of 3 months. I felt that it wasn't wet and I had a full bladder, but I would end up falling asleep again, and then something would happen with the mask and I'd fall asleep and blah, 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 and then I'd wake up with a full diaper kind of thing, and that's just annoying. But I do think it works. Like, I know that in the first couple hours of the night, I feel like that's not when I am the most, like, my bladder's not the most active. I feel, because I can have a nap like for a couple hours and not have anything happen. I have woken up from naps and been like really had to go pee, but I don't nap very often, so I'm not an experienced napper. However, I think it works. I don't want to ever have to do it again. If it did work and this was to cure my problem, that was the worst experience I've ever been through. Like, it was worse than like having to recover from surgery for like, say, 3 months, because I just never fell asleep, and it was so, I hated going to bed. I hated having to put it on. It just made my bedtime situation 10 times worse than it should have been. It was not enjoyable. I was not looking forward to it. I would postpone going to bed. That was another problem, was I would postpone going to bed just because I didn't want to put the mask on. And it wasn't that I wasn't used to it. Like, it felt fine until I'm a warm sleeper, so when I'd go to sleep, like, I'd end up being warm on my cheeks, and then the whatever's touching my cheeks, if it's just a small strap or if it even just sits just around my cheeks here on my face, it just irritated me so much. So if this was the cure and this was it, I would never want to have to do this. I don't know if I've had sleep apnea my entire life. I know kids can get it, and that can be a major cause for bedwetting. So I don't know if I've had it since I was a kid or what's going on, but I'd rather, like, when I was a lot thinner, like was what I showed you back in the other video from prom, like I was really like quite thin. So when I was much thinner, like I said, I still wet the bed. So I want to make a video about overweight and overactive bladder and bedwetting in general, but I don't know. I'm not trying to make excuses. I just don't know how much of it applies to me. I feel like there's so many things intermingled that make my body work differently from somebody else's, because nothing seems to help one way or another. So yeah, overall, I think that if you have chronic bedwetting issues and you've tried a bunch of things, try and give CPAP or APAP a shot. See if your doctor will let you use a trial version. I'm glad I didn't go out of my way to make insurance cover this. I still have to visit my doctor, who was the initial sleep doctor, in September, and he will give me like the overall, diagnosis. He probably won't make me try it again, so I don't know what he's gonna say. He's probably gonna be like, but did you try really hard? I'll be like, yes sir, I tried really hard. It sucked. Anyway, that's all. I can't keep talking. I'm talking into the air conditioning vent, and it's kind of drying out my throat. I do have some other videos planned. They just take time because I have to get the people who want to do it involved. Hopefully, if you guys liked this video and you got this far, give it a thumbs up. Tell me what you liked about it, because I'm planning on making a video with my mom, or a couple videos with her soon. So if you got this far, leave a comment down below about what you might want to ask my mom in an upcoming video, because I will be doing a video about like how well does she know me, and then I want to do another video about like my support from her growing up. And like, so if you have any questions, please leave them in this video below, or you can message me on Instagram or on Facebook. wherever you follow me. And I will try and ask her. If not, no worries, I will come up with questions to ask her about like what it was like growing up with a kid who wet the bed all the time and two brothers who didn't. So if you have any questions, I am the middle child of two brothers. They're both 2 years younger and 2 years older than me. Neither of them, to my knowledge, wet the bed past an age that was acceptable. So I think they were just like infants or kids when they stopped. So yeah, ask away. She agreed to help me film that soon, so hopefully that happens. But yeah, anyways, I have some other cool videos coming up. They just take time and I'm just kind of like, I want to do it now. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video very soon, and I love you all. Thank you all for being here. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you later. Bye!